Zelators, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Who is actually the problem of the African? We have been brainwashed to the point that as Africans, the people who are actually causing us the problem, we are not looking into their direction. And rather, we focus our energy, our attention, and everything of ours into fighting among ourselves, blaming one another for the problems that we are facing in our respective countries. There is a video circulating online concerning how South Africans are treating our brothers and sisters. This one, it seems there is a Ghanaian, and then they say there's another one that somebody is selling belt. So I think there are two videos. A Ghanaian who is working in South Africa was stopped and they were asking about his documentation, and another one was there selling belt, and you see the brutality on them. And all these people are telling us is we need to stay back in our respective countries to develop our respective countries. They have the mentality that those Black Africans who are moving from other places into South Africa are the problem of the South Africans. But we need to make something clear to us all. This one is not going to only South Africans. We see that even some African countries are doing that, claiming that their brothers and sisters are their problem. Nobody is the problem of the African. The problem of the African is one, the systems that you love so much. Two, the politicians are your problem. Aside that, we ourselves are our own problem because we have tended not to love ourselves. How can you be chasing after your brothers and sisters who are blacks, yet we have white people who are immigrants in our respective countries in Africa, the whole of the continent, without any documentation? One African visa can give access to the person coming into the continent to move all over Africa. Yet we, the Africans who are living here, do not have that. And instead of us as Africans to come together to fight against this system, we see that we, the same people, are hailing the politicians, and they will continue to be doing what they are doing to us. South Africans, you are going through what you are going not because of the blacks who are there. It's because of the people who have hijacked the system of South Africa, who have hijacked your country. The white minority are your problem, not we the blacks who come into South Africa that are your problem. Stop maltreating your brothers and sisters who come into South Africa, claiming that we need to stay in our respective countries to develop our respective countries. South Africa independence wasn't gained by only you, the people in South Africa. And before you started going through all these things, and even before the Europeans who hijacked the country came into South Africa, movement was among us. We move, we settle among ourselves. So you cannot say because you are going through pain, your brothers and sisters do not have the right to come into South Africa.
There was a Ghanaian guy that we met on the street who is a saloon operator. Okay, you came right. Where are you from? Ghana. So you left Ghana and you came to South Africa to do hair?
They're carrying buckets now.
No, I purchased for someone.
Okay. What are you doing here? What skills are you bringing into South Africa?
I was doing this.
Nails. Nails is not a scarce skill. When are you going back to fix your country?
Hey. Talk, quick.
Next month.
Don't tell us next month. We are not foolish. We are not foolish. Let me tell you, Baba. Ne? Right now, as South Africans, we don't want you guys here anymore. Go fix your countries, Baba. You see, let me tell you, we are still speaking to you nicely. It's going to get to a point where speaking to you, it won't help.
Where are you staying? Address?
So now you left Ghana, you came to South Africa to do nails.
No,
for nails?
It wasn't proposed for nails, but when I came,
if I may ask you, what visa do you possess to be in South Africa?
It was with holidays.
Holidays. Okay, let me tell you. Because of Luna, you are abusing our systems. According to the South African immigration law and home affairs laws, you only have 90 days a year. But Luna, you go to the border, you stamp this thing every month, every 3 months, you stamp this thing. Actually, this we must address with the home affairs and the minister that Luna, you are abusing our systems.
No, but
it's 90 days a year, and you are not here. for a visit. You are here to work.
No, leadership, listen to what he's saying. He's saying he was here for a visit. So how come you come here to visit instead of you going back?
Let's call the cops. This man is illegal in the country.
We're now with a traveling document, which is a passport.
Let's call the cops. He's illegal.
Imala, we wanted to understand what we are trying to do here. Baba, we are fixing this continent. This thing of you guys moving from one country to the other, it's no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, Utitina, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries. Now you came here with a traveling document. You came with a passport. You know that you are a visitor, but now you decided to come and integrate in our communities. You know very well that what you have done is wrong.
How many children do you have here?
We can come to Ghana and do what you're doing.
Passport.
Eh? Now you are carrying a bucket. It's 11 a.m. You are supposed to be fighting the government of Ghana there to ensure that they are getting things right.
No, there's no fight in Ghana. You must fight what they
Where's
did.
your papers?
Passport.
Passport.
Where's your passport?
Take it out. Baba.
Let me see your passport. Let me see. Luna. Okay, tell me. Who's the police officer that you are bribing to certify these things for you?
Then blind.
Baba, let me tell you. I'm not
Check the
foolish.
date.
These things, let me tell you, ne? You know by law you're not supposed to certify as an immigrant. You're not allowed to certify your passport.
No.
Okay, why do you certify your passport in a foreign land?
Okay.
Let's just start there. Why do you certify your passport in a foreign land?
You see, it was raining.
I follow you guys now on Facebook. How you?
It was raining these days. Then when you go out with the passport, sometimes it gets spoiled. That's why I satisfy it so that it won't spoil.
Baba, Ghana don't do that.
Okay.
Ghana don't do that.
All right, sharp.
Ghana
Let me
is
show
the
you.
oldest African country that is.
Let me show you that when you are abusing our systems, ne? On the 10th of April, okay, the 10th of April, you entered your country when. The very same day you came back. When? Yeah, it's a proof. Yeah. Proof. Yeah, the proof.
That crocodile can't go.
You went to Ghana on the 10th, and then you came back.
No.
Because here it says you exited Ghana to South Africa. When? Here it says you entered, here you exited. And it's the same date. It's the 10th of April.
This stamp you got there in Elof Street on the street. This is where you got the stamp. Oh, they've got a connection here.
No.
I am telling you, that's where they buy it from.
Papers don't lie.
You got it from there. In Elof Street. They say,
Arrest him.
arrest him. Let's take him to the police station.
No, I don't have problem for that. We
Yeah,
can go
you
there
don't
because
have problem.
I certify the thing is.
I've got
No,
a problem.
give him a chance to speak.
Yeah,
I've got a problem.
This is to Home Affairs. Home Affairs, please explain to law enforcement that all the people who are here with the traveling document, which is the passport, a passport only gives you 90 days per annum to visit. The visitor's visa, it's 90 days per annum, not every 90 days that people can go and renew.
It's not Ghana. It's Eswatini.
So your connection is in Eswatini?
No, it's not.
Your connection?
It's not a connection. The thing is, it was getting spied, and they take it that I was using to go. They take it. The money they take it. Yeah, the money was too small, so I couldn't afford it. So I wanted to extend it so that I can buy the ticket.
Okay. Can I ask you? Why do you have to extend your stay in a foreign land? Because you said you had to. Listen to. Here, the operational word is I had to extend. So that means you were forced. Why didn't you go back to your country of origin?
That's what I say.
All right. Let me teach you the immigration laws of this country, Baba. Ne? According to our immigration law in South Africa, whoever who approves your stay in South Africa, they must make sure that you have enough funds to fund yourself. Thank you. So when to start with, when you're a criminal to be here, when you know that.
No, that's what
You are here illegally. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Okay. When did you come to South Africa the first time?
That's why I said. That's why I said I don't.
We South Africans are telling you our laws. You are illegal in South Africa. This is what he's saying. He's born and
When was
bred.
the first time you
I'm
came
born
to
and bred in South Africa.
You can't make South Africa a solution to countries having problems. South Africa is a country that has to take care of its own problems. South Africa is a country that currently has the highest unemployment rate in the world. You can't say because 50,000 people in Congo or wherever are having problems with their government, we become the home to those people. Where are these people going to be living? That's where we have squatter camps and informal settlements. Where they're going to school, those same schools that our children are not getting spots in. Where are they going to be getting healthcare? In those same hospitals where our grannies now have to wait for hours and hours in queues and sleep on beds and sleep on the floor instead of sleeping on beds and giving birth every 5 minutes. We can't have a system that allows refugees to just come. Everyone can be a refugee in this country. We are not a country that has enough resources to take care of its own people. How are we now extending an olive branch to everyone in the world to say, come in?
I think that it's an issue that we are all worried about because of the specific circumstances of South Africa. And it's most regrettable and most unfortunate. I think that the young people of South Africa do not know what happened before they gained their freedom. The whole of this continent stood behind South Africa. The whole of Africa stood behind South Africa to fight against apartheid. I remember all of us growing up as secondary school children, went on marches. We were part of the African Youth Command. We demonstrated, we boycotted classes and all that, all in the fight against apartheid. Indeed, for several of the countries where their citizens have been brutalized in South Africa, these are countries that were called frontline states that harbored the freedom fighters, of South Africa and gave them safe haven, gave them passports, to be able to avoid the clutches of the apartheid regime. And even Nigeria, even though not a neighbor of South Africa, was considered a frontline state because of the economic contribution that Nigeria did to the ANC to be able to liberate South Africa from apartheid. And so it is regrettable that the same people who fought against apartheid, are being attacked in this way. The pictures we've seen are very horrible. As ECOWAS, we've issued a statement condemning what is happening. The unfortunate thing is this is not the first time. It keeps flaring up. And so while we are condemning...
Education is the only thing that will help South Africans. If you wait for the government to deport all these foreigners out for you to develop, you will never develop. You will die in poverty. They are saying you do not pay school fees, right? Take advantage on that position. Work hard in school. Pass. Get degree. Get to work in government. Once you start working in the government, you will have no problem with foreigners. As a matter of fact, you will need them to be your housemaid. You will need them to be a houseboy. Wasting your time on smoking, not learning. You will remain blaming foreigners for your failure. And trust me, these foreigners will remain here. They will continue to be your problem until you die. The government of South Africa is rich enough to get you free school, rich enough to get you free hospital, rich enough to give you free money. Take advantage on that. Do not wait for foreigners to leave. They will never. If you don't take advantage of what government is giving you free, you will always fight with foreigners for house girl position, security guard, being a housemaid. This is what you are going to fight for, and you are going to get paid 2,000. You are very stupid.
Well, we were very pleased to attend the summit on defense of democracy.
Our president is speaking in another country for democracy and against genocide. But in our country, our own people are attacking foreigners, abusing foreigners. What democracy do we have? We don't have democracy. Democracy is a lie in South Africa. People are not free. They are being abused, harassed. And there's so much of things happening. And our people, our president, is in another country speaking for another country. What a hypocrite are you? Why can't you sort the issue out in our country before you speak against for other countries. What democracy? What are you talking about? There's genocide in our own country. People are being killed every day. People are being abused every day. Children are kidnapped every day. People are hijacked and murdered every day. People are robbed and murdered every day. There's human trafficking. There's violence against foreigners. Xenophobia against foreigners. And you in another country, speaking for another country, when you can't sort the issues out in your own land. Hypocrite. That's what you are. How can you be somewhere else trying to help some other people when you can't even fix the problems at home first? Fix the problems here first.
A South African telling a Ghanaian to go back to his country to fight his government. It's a slag on the soul to Africans, and they run with it because they know it flies with emotions. Listen to this video. I'll be back to explain something very short for you to understand.
Yeah. We can come to Ghana and do what you're doing. Eh? Now you're carrying a bucket. It's 11 a.m. You were supposed to be fighting the government of Ghana there to ensure that they are getting...
A big brother that had independence in 1957. And someone just had independence in 1994. And between 1957, there was a voice in the wilderness that was screaming for the liberation of the entire African continent. But because you have been liberated, nobody is worth talking to you. That's what is happening.
If you have anything to do, channel your energy towards the right people who are causing you pain, who are making sure that the system doesn't favor you, the black South Africans. How can you tell us that you have a land, yet you don't owe anything? 80% of your land and everything is owned by other people. And your politicians are the ones who are supposed to make the reforms. And yet they do nothing. They give you speeches and you follow the speeches. You want to be part of political parties, ANC, EFF, instead of you all in South Africa to team up together to fight against this apartheid regime you are still living in, believing that you have freedom. You are still dividing and seeing yourself differently. This is not only to South Africans, to all of us in Africa. If we have anybody that we need to leave our respective countries, it's not our brothers and sisters who are coming from other places to settle in our respective countries. Who even told you that you are a South African or you are whatever? People design colors and grouped us under these colors. And up to date, the African is still living in this kind of illusion, believing that that is where we belong. So for that matter, any other person coming into the continent, coming into my country is not one of me. And until you start decolonizing your mentality, you continue to suffer, because the more we continue to divide among ourselves and fight among ourselves, people benefit. And the people who are the real problem of us are sitting somewhere laughing at us, fighting among ourselves. You don't need to pour your frustration on your brothers and sisters. Nobody is the problem of the African. If all of us can come together united to fight against this democracy, the systems that were imposed on us, you and I will become free. If we don't control the resources, we can never be free. Even if our brothers and sisters, or we don't move among ourselves or settle among ourselves until we fight for the total liberation of ourselves and to take control over the resources that we have in the continent, we will never be free. We will continue to be suffering. So when you see any other person moving into your country, claiming that the people are coming to cause you problem and they are the reason to which you are suffering, you need to wake up, because you are still sleeping. Channel the energy towards the right people. Look at what the leaders in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso are doing. Why is it that we are all praising these three nations? Why are we all praising these three nations? Because the leaders have taken control over the resources. If you don't control the narrative, you continue to suffer. If you don't control the narrative, you will be embracing poverty. You will suffer thinking that your frustration is somebody who is coming into your country. This is the notion they sold to us, and we are believing, and some of us will unite to fight the people who are really causing us harm. We are rather dividing and following the narrative. This must stop all over Africa. Enough is enough. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in South Africa.